Hey, it's Daryl at 10-Foot Truck. Good Attitude Services in my truck. Just completed a mattress removal for load up, and very easy. I was in the garage, and just pretty light. I mean, it's just one of those foam kind of mattresses, not too heavy, thin. So it wasn't too bad. So I'm going back out in the truck. One thing I did want to test it out because I've been out in the truck since I sealed it, and during the rain, and it rained pretty heavy today. A lot of moisture in the air, and where I sealed it up, not a drop of water along any of these seams that I sealed up. And it's been raining and snowing. I haven't had the truck out in some time, so that was a good test. Yep, no moisture down there. And it rained all day today, and I was driving in the rain. So it should have had a little bit of a, oh, that's not dry yet, that's weird. Stuff's still a little bit, it's working now, even though it's a little bit wet still, but there's no moisture coming along these seams at all. And it was leaking like a sieve before, so that sealant worked pretty good, which is just your basic window silicone. I believe it was silicone along the seam there, so I'm happy about that. Got that taken care of. So tested out the truck today. It worked in the rain as far as keeping this sealed up. Mattresses dry. Did a removal, very simple, but gave me a chance to take it out, get it on the road, get it ready for springtime when things start moving. Yeah, so hoping to get more of these type of removals, and they're very simple, and the payouts are good, so you can do a few of these in a day and you're fine. I mean, that's how much you get paid. And this truck here, I could fit quite a few mattresses in here. So that's about it. I mean, I don't know anything else. Just kind of an update on the truck. I may go out and do the apps later tonight. Now, I went out yesterday to do the food delivery apps, and it was Super Bowl, so I thought for sure, people are gonna be ordering chicken wings and pizza and stuff like that for the game. But it was actually very slow. I mean, I went out for like 7 hours and I hardly got any orders. I've never seen it like that before. It was actually slower than a normal day. My theory on that is that that there might have been, because of the hype of the whole thing, that you can go out on a holiday like that, or not a holiday, but on a big game day like that, there's a lot of food orders, so anyone who's doing food delivery knows that. So possibly there was just a huge supply of drivers, and it was extremely competitive. So that's kind of what I'm theorizing, because I don't think it should have been that slow, but I was just competing with a bunch of drivers, so I didn't really make much at all yesterday. So maybe hopefully this week, but at least I did a job on the truck, and the truck's running great. So more of these truck jobs, gotta put some more ads up. The weather's a little bit nicer. I mean, it's raining, but it's not snowing, so I can negotiate that in this truck. And that's about it. No long-winded speech today. Just kind of wanted to come in the truck and look at it. Try to organize it a little bit. Get some of these blankets folded and that kind of thing. So maybe I've never discussed what tools I use in a video, or what necessary, like if you're going to get involved with doing a box truck delivery type of business. This doesn't apply to junk removal. Some of it does, but most of this applies to actually when you're delivering things that you need to keep protected, and you want to get it from one place to the next and keep them in good condition. So it's like delivering a sofa or a bed or something like that. You want to have lots of these what I call moving pads, and I have all the varieties. I have more in storage, but I have these nice thick pads. See, that's how thick they are. So you wrap the furniture with them, and I have probably about 100 of those. I have them boxes of, or containers full of them, because even in a small truck like this, you never want to run out of blankets, because that could result in a scratch or something damaged, and then you're going to be responsible for that. So you want to make sure you wrap everything. What I don't have, and I should probably get, is shrink wrap. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore. So if you're at the site, you can shrink wrap the items prior to putting them in the truck. A lot of times I just load the truck and make sure it's all wrapped, so nothing's scraping against each other when I'm loading full truck. And then of course, so I got all the blankets, or those pads like I was talking about. And then the dolly, your basic box dolly. And that cost me, I think, $35. I've had it for years. I used to have like, God, at one point when I was running cruise, I had like 4 or 5, maybe 8 of them. All different types. I had refrigerator appliance dollies. Now with just doing a small delivery service, just a small box dolly like that works perfectly. Compact. And then of course, this is one of my most important tools, and one of these days I'm going to show you a video on the technique that I use with this, what I call a 4-wheel dolly. And wheels, see the rubber wheels and nice ball bearings. This is really old. This is like a New Haven. See New Haven. I got this from a friend of mine. He owed me money, and it's really, the wheels are just worth all of it. Like, these are really good. These won't scratch the floors. Rubber. The ball bearings run. They're very smooth rolling. It's old beat up dolly, but it takes a lot of weight. You want one of those for like if you have to tip up a heavy dresser and you have to go down a hallway to an elevator and you have to roll a long distance, or a couch. You don't want to be carrying it. You can put it on that thing and roll it, and that saves your back. So that's a very important tool. And maybe I'll do a video later on how there's a technique that I use with a strap where you can actually use that going up and downstairs, so you don't have to take the item off. You just go up and downstairs with a strap. And of course you have to have a toolbox, and in there it has sliders, these for sliding on floors, straps, lots of rope for tying. I use rope for tie downs. I don't use ratchets, but I do have ratchets just in case. And then I have these are nice nifty things you put underneath furniture. If you want to push it around on a carpet, it makes it easier to push around, move it around. And then I have this harness. It's a harness system for appliances. You can use it instead of a dolly. I've used it a couple times for refrigerators, but also you can use a strap to carry things. It's very nifty. And of course, some bungee cords and tape, and just supplies. Just things for tying. You have to have always have this kind of stuff in case. And then of course, your hand tools. I have more tools, and I have a whole bucket full of. With the you have to have you want to have at least a screwdriver or Allen wrenches and a battery, or like a lithium battery drill, like a Milwaukee. Those work great for disassembling and assembly work. So I have that. I have wrenches, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches. What else? The drill. Just all kinds of random. When I'm in the store, I have money to buy a tool. I'll buy a tool. Flashlights, just for because I used to work for a chair store. We'd have to take apart the chairs, mechanical chairs. Just sometimes to get them in a doorway, you'd have to take them apart and put them back together. So sometimes you'll run into something like that. We have to disassemble an item, or if you're moving like IKEA type stuff, you'll have to assemble that if they want to pay you for that. But so always have any kind of tool you can get, hand tools then. So I have that, the dollies, the blankets, and then some more tools over there. And I got tools inside the truck. Your basic, see, like these ropes, they tie down ropes for time on these rails. The whole thing's it's very versatile when you use rope, because you could have things where you could strap something from here to there or here. When you're using these rails and rope, it's a lot easier for me than using the ratchet straps. The ratchet straps are better used for pickup trucks, where you're ratchet strapping stuff on top. If you have an open load, I would use that, but for inside a moving van like this, I've always just used nylon rope, and I've never had anything fall over. Like, you know, it would hold on to, you know, it would hold on to pretty much anything, dressers, beds, all that. One time I did have a marble table. It was extremely heavy, and I was moving a bunch of stuff, so I had to strap it up standing against the wall here. And I used a bunch of rope, and the rope just wasn't cutting it. So because it was so heavy that even rope wouldn't hold it. So in that case, you would want to use a nice solid ratchet strap. So I have those too, to tie those, something that heavy, or like a safe, a gun safe, which I try to avoid those type of items in this truck. I just stick to your regular type of furniture. Anyway, so a little bit about the truck. So I hope to have some more videos of the truck than of me driving around doing Uber Eats and all that. So that's because that's what I want to get going. You make a lot more money with the truck. Like, I do one pickup, just one removal, one mattress removal. I could get paid more than, like, God, 10 Ubers or 10 Uber Eats, you know. So that's what I like about it. You can just go to the location, pick up an item, drop it off, and you're paid, you know, you can make almost a day's wage as far as like going to the restaurants, back and forth to the restaurants all over town. It's very time consuming, and it wears me out driving, especially through the traffic. The way people drive these days, I really don't like driving city traffic all day long. And if I want to go somewhere, I like to go long distance or one location, A to B, back. You know, from one location, pick up and then drop off. Do those type as opposed to, and making, you know, like each delivery I'm going to charge a minimum. On this one, I did it through the app load up, so I was able to get $55 on that. If I were to do it on my own, of course, you know, I'm not using the app as a platform to advertise. I would do $80 for one item pickup, like mattress, and for a whole truckload it'd be $300. So I'm trying to leverage my time, you know, driving around the road. Short trips, I want to just do, you know, like 3 or 4 trips a day, and make, say I did 4 trips in the truck, 4 mattress pickups, and I was charging 80. Even if I was doing it through the app and it was 55, you know, it's still going to be $200 for 4 trips. If I do it on my own, it would be through my own advertising. On Craigslist, I would do 80 per item, and that would be, say I did 4 a day, that's going to be like 300 to 400 a day, and only doing like 3 or 4 trips. That makes sense, as opposed to in my SUV doing the gig apps like Uber. To make $200 on a good day, you probably have to drive, let me see how many pickups you would have to do. Wow, 25, maybe 20, no, more than that, 40 deliveries. Yeah, you would have to do, to make $200, you would have to do around 40 short little drive, either car on Uber or Grubhub or DoorDash. Whereas with the truck, doing large items, you know, you only have to do 4 trips. So would you rather drive 4 trips or 40 trips? I mean, it's like 10 times the amount. If I'm doing my math correctly, it's about 10 times the amount. So I'm trying to leverage my time. I don't like driving around all day long. I like to get busted out in like 4 or 5 hours, you know, or just if I'm going for a short trip, just a short day, 2 hours. I've done some where, you know, every once in a while you get a good day. I did on 2 short trips, I made 600, and I think the trips and the load and the unload in that trip, it was only probably 2. It was probably 2 hours, maybe 3. But then, of course, I had to do some sorting, so say 4 hours. In a 4-hour period, I made $600. So that I've done some where I've done, you know, more than that, but that's kind of what I'm trying to manifest. Is for me, as for my own service and businesses, is do $300-400 days. I mean, I haven't been able to do that here yet, only a couple times because I haven't gotten the customer base yet. But once you get the customer base, start rolling, and you get your name out there, this service is always needed. You know, there are people always going to need something removed or something moved. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that as opposed to doing all that back and forth driving in a car. The way people are driving these days, I don't know about in your cities, but where I'm located, it's like people are crazy. They're tailgating, they're speeding. I saw a guy today, I couldn't believe it today. I'm like driving down like, you know, one of those just 2-lane roads in the country, and it's just 50-mile-an-hour road, but they were doing road work, so they were trying to slow people down to the big rigs or drive. That's where the rigs drive. Big trucks drive that road. They're requiring them to because of the road work or whatever was going on that road. They're requiring them to do a speed of 30 miles an hour, which is fine with me. I saw I was following one of the rigs, and these people are so impatient in the way they drive. I mean, they can't even wait a few minutes or whatever. They have to be always on a rush. Everyone's in a rush today. They want to be there. They're like way ahead of themselves. So this guy can't wait to go through the road work and to go 30 miles an hour. And it's a 2-lane road, and it's a big truck there. And I'm behind the truck, and on the box truck, and the guy behind me just blasts around me, full blast, just goes in the opposite lane, where the traffic's coming that way. He's going head on, basically, to pass this rig, and I can't even see if there's anybody, because I can't see past the rig to see if there's anybody coming that direction. So for all I know, there's someone could be coming that way. And I was like, that's crazy, you know, because he's risking it just to save like a few minutes or whatever to where he has to go. He has to blast past the truck like that and risk his life and maybe the truck's life. You never want to do that. I always wait, have patience, because I want to get to the next place alive, and I don't want to hurt anybody else. It requires I have to drive 25, 30 miles an hour to get there. That's fine. I don't need to be there's no emergency situation. If it's an emergency situation, you're probably going to be in the back of a paramedic's van, and they have lights, or they're going to be able to do that. But regular cars shouldn't be doing that. So I think people need to relax. I don't know if it's these video games or why people are so jacked up when they drive. So that's kind of why I don't really like being out on the road too much. I like to leverage my time when I'm out there, because it really is it's like a racetrack out there, and I'm sure people are experiencing that in other cities. So that's my rant about that. Always stay safe when you're driving, and take precautions, take it easy, and remember, with the gas prices today, you can save gas by going the speed limit or going slow, taking it easy. Don't be hammering that gas pedal and wasting all your gas. Conserve your gas, conserve your engine, conserve your vehicle, take it easy. You'll get there. No worries, you'll get there. You'll get there safe. That's my tip for the day. The 10-foot truck, Good Attitude Services. Wish me luck. I'll be out there on the truck, hopefully soon. So when I do that, when I go out in the truck, I'll do another video. Have a great day out there. 10-foot truck, Good Attitudes Services.